So back in March of 2012, I made sort of a time capsule video right here. I was living in the States at the time, intending to move back to China in a few months. I was taking a break after my first little stint. I was working, saving money, blah, blah, blah. I don't really remember much of what's in this video. I only kind of remember one point. It was sort of a thing like where I'm at in my life right now, or where I was then, and talking about sort of my goals for my next stint in China, because I didn't know how long I was going to be in China. And yeah, I think maybe it's time to watch it. I intended to watch this video in like a year or two after I had made it, but it's been like 7 years, almost 8 years since I've made it. So yeah, it's probably time.
A long time ago, I saw this video by Charlie McDonald, which
Charlie McDonald, man, that is an old school YouTube reference. This is 2012 YouTube we're talking about.
was essentially a time capsule video, and I wanted to kind of do one of my own, since apparently I'm not creative enough to come up with that idea on my own. What he did was,
I mean, okay, it is kind of trippy to look at myself with all of this extra weight and sitting back. This was a bedroom in my dad's house. I've still got the same hairstyle, but yeah, with the beard and all that extra weight.
record a video of himself talking about where he's at in his life, and he's going to watch it again in 10 years when he turns 30.
Oh, it was 10 years.
About talk to me essentially, and watch it again in 1 year after that is over. So right now, obviously, the big thing right now.
Okay, the big thing is pacing. I'm not talking in the way that I should be. I'm very, very slow. The energy is not so good. So there's a big thing. I've definitely improved on that aspect of my video making for sure.
Future Austin is you're trying to weigh all of these different options about which schools to pick, which schools don't sound good, which ones do sound good, which schools are honest, and that kind of thing. And
so this was made before I had even found that job at Lanzhou Jiaotong University. I hadn't even chosen the job yet. Yeah, I remember there was another place. There was Aston English. There was Always English School in a couple of other places, but I ultimately decided to go back to Lanzhou.
It's a bit overwhelming to you right now, the idea of just making this giant commitment for 1 year of teaching of all things at a children's school.
Okay.
I'm kind of known here within my family and friends as being someone who's not really kid friendly, but it was really weird that in China I actually was pretty kid friendly, and I loved hanging out with Chinese kids, which was a complete shock to me and something I haven't really talked about.
Yeah, actually, like the thing about Chinese kids is it's really great for foreigners. Actually, talking with Chinese kids is amazing because they speak at a simple level. They usually speak Mandarin versus the local dialect. So like kids are really easy to chat with and get along with, and kids are fun. So I mean, looking back on the years, like it's not that much of a surprise, but yeah, at that time, I guess it was a surprise. It is sort of a logical thing, a logical connection to make to teach at a children's school because, yeah, Always English School, which was in, I think it's called Zibo. It's a city in Shandong. I was going to teach there. But ultimately, I didn't go through with it.
You're experiencing a little bit of that same feeling that you had before you went off to Lanzhou. The kind of the doubts and the concerns and uncertainty and all of that's kind of swirling around in your head and affecting your decision. All these kinds of things, like,
yeah, that's the thing. It's a hard thing to move to another country until you actually are in that phase of looking at job offers, and then once you've accepted a job offer, like you're locked in a country that's so different. China, man, China is so different in every way from the USA. Like that feels like you're just leaving your whole life behind. You're leaving everything that you know behind. Everything's going on. Studying, you know that you're going to go back. You buy a return ticket. Everything's done. But when you move over there, you're buying a one-way ticket to China, literally. And it's scary, man. That's why one reason I made this YouTube channel, to help people not be so scared about moving over here.
oh man, what's my Chinese gonna be like when I come back? Am I gonna really know what I want to do with the rest of my life? Do I want to teach in China? Do I want to teach in America? Do I want to go to grad school? Do I want to do
No
all
grad
these
school.
things? And at the moment, you know, I'm not really sure. And maybe as time goes on and you get that experience over there, you might know what you want to do. I'm really curious about what advice you may have to offer me with your wisdom from having.
Okay, so my advice, I guess, would just be to try it. You're still young, you're still able, you're single, just give it a shot. Why not? If you're young and you're single and you feel like you want to try something, just go do it. I understand the concerns about grad school and things like that. But yeah, if there's something that you wanted to just try it while you're young. Exactly. I mean, I'm still young, but it's different now.
I don't know. I may make a video response in 1 year, actually,
7 years.
responding to myself, which I think would be kind of cool. All these things are going on, and it's hard to know what the future holds. It would be a really good thing to experience being over there for a year as a teacher, not just as a student who's hanging out and just studying, but as somebody who's actually got real responsibilities to fulfill to students. To help them grow as people and help them grow in their language, and also be a representative of America at the same time for kids who maybe have never had a foreign teacher before. And
Yeah, that's sort of changing. As I've gone over these years of my life and been teaching since 2012, the year that this was made is when I started teaching in China. It's kind of changed. Now, obviously, this depends on the region, but here at Sichuan University, most of my students have had foreign teachers before, and so they've had that sort of experience with a foreigner, and they've had to speak English in the past. But I do still get the odd student. It's maybe 10 to 20% who have never had foreign teachers before. So yeah, that is a cool thing. And yes, as a foreigner in China, you are a representative not only of your country, the USA, but you're a representative of the entire West. And like for me, I'm a white guy, so I'm a representative of the entire white race, really, because Chinese people tend to talk in terms of Waiguoren and Zhongguoren. So you become the representative of all Waiguoren. So that's true.
and it'll be interesting to see how I handled it. And I hope, future Austin, that you handled it really well. And you had the best time that you possibly could, and you made the most of everything. And that you didn't spend time alone in your room, and you went out and you talked to people, and you traveled to a lot of places, and that you just really, really lived a life, to the fullest, and you had just the best time, like that blog.
Still having a great time. Still having a great time. Got married. Got a nice job. I have amazing friends. I love the little life that I've carved out for myself here. So there you go, man. Check, check, check.
blog from Poison Arrows, like
Oh
her.
yeah, there's a blog called Poison Arrows, which I referenced a few times in my old video blogs, and well, you'll see why.
Her life in China was really good, in regards to the fact that she became one step closer to the person that she always wanted to be. And I hope that as I go through this experience, that I become one step closer to the person that I want to become. And I hope, future Austin, that you have found true fulfillment in that job, um, and it gives you um, a clearer sense of who you are, and what you want to do, and um, and you have more respect for people in the world in general, and you have.
But yeah, I feel like I've done a fairly good job. I have seen a lot of things. I've traveled to a lot of places. I've met a lot of people. And I've had a great time. I have had a great time in China. This is a lot more interesting to me than I thought it was going to be. I just kind of wanted to throw some content up on the channel, but actually this is quite good.
And you feel like you have, I don't know. It's just there's just so many feelings going through my mind right now that I could express, but I really can't. And so, future Austin, I hope that everything works out for you. So, I guess that's the end of the video. I'll see you later. See me later.
Well, that's interesting because I distinctly remember the one thing that I distinctly remembered from this video is not actually even in the video. I hope that you can get in shape, start exercising, and you can, and I remember the specific thing I said, I hope that when I come back from China in a year, that I will be able to play football, soccer. Like to me, like playing football, playing soccer was like the ultimate fitness goal. That was like the ultimate thing. If you can play football, if you can do anything with your life, like that was the ultimate goal. And I've actually started doing that. I have actually started playing football on Wednesday nights here, and it's been fun. Like the game that we played last night, I actually scored 2 goals and I got 1 or 2 assists. Really, it was really nice. But yeah, it seems that I've checked off like most of the boxes. I didn't watch it, for all of those years until until just now. So it feels kind of good that I kind of unconsciously, maybe consciously, I don't know. So I guess that means it's unconscious. I unconsciously sort of filled all those goals and did everything I wanted to do. And that feels nice. And now we've got that video response, albeit, almost 8 years later. So if you like this video, let me know. Hit that like button. And if you've got any ideas for future videos, please let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know down in those comments. I might do a Q&A. There's a lot of options. Chengdu What to Do is coming up. I made a video about Yulin, my local neighborhood, and that'll be on the Chengdu What to Do collab list. It's already done, just waiting to put it up maybe next week. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.